ओके। श्री विंदाय तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशवस्य च विष्णु भक्ति प्रद देवी सत्यवत्यै नमो नमः। आप श्री विंदाय तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशवस्य च विष्णु भक्ति प्रद देवी सत्यवत्यै नमो नमः। श्री विंदाय तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशवस्य च विष्णु भक्ति प्रद देवी सत्यवत्यै नमो नमः। आप ऐसा तो नमो नमः तुलसी कृष्णा प्रियसी नमो नमः तुलसी ब्रज राधा कृष्ण सेवा पावो ए अभिलाषी नमो नमः तुलसी कृष्ण प्रियसी नमो नमः। ये तुम्हार शरण लो कारावंश पूर्ण हो। ये तुम्हार शरण लो कारावंश पूर्ण हो। कृपा कोरि करो तारे वृंदावन वासी। कृपा नमो नमः तुलसी कृष्ण प्रियसी नमो नमः मोरा अभिलाष विलास कुंज दियो बा। नयने रहिबु सदा युगल रूप राशि। नयने रहिबु नमो नमः तुलसी कृष्ण प्रियसी नमो नमः तुलसी कृष्ण प्रियसी। ए निवेदन दारो सखीरानुगत करो। सेवाधिकार दिए कर निज दासी। दीना कृष्ण दासे को ए न मोरा होय। श्री राधा गोविंदा प्रेमे सदा ये न भासी। श्री राधा गोविंदा प्रेमे सदा ये न भासी। नमो नमः। तुलसी कृष्ण प्रियसी नमो नमः। तुलसी कृष्ण प्रियसी यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्मत्यादिकानि च तानि तानि प्रणश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिणा पदे पदे। यानि यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्मत्यादिकानि च तानि तानि प्रणश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिणा पदे पदे। यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्मत्यादिकानि च तानि तानि प्रणश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिणा पदे पदे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण जय तुलसी महारानी, जय तुलसी महारानी, जय तुलसी महारानी, जय तुलसी महारानी। जय वृंदा देवी, जय वृंदा देवी, जय वृंदा देवी, जय वृंदा देवी। श्री वृंदाय तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशवस्य च विष्णु भक्ति प्रद देवी सत्यवत्यै नमो नमः। श्रीविंदाय तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशवस्य च विष्णु भक्ति प्रदेवी सत्यवत्यै नमो नमः। श्रीविंदाय तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशवस्य च विष्णु भक्ति प्रदेवी सत्यवत्यै नमो नमः। वृंदा देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय।
जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा श्रील प्रभुपदा। प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद। जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद। जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद। श्री गुरु चरण पद्मा केवल भक्ति सद्मा। श्री गुरु चरण पद्मा केवल भक्ति सद्मा। वंदो मुहि सावधान मते वंदो मुहि सावधान मते। जहार प्रसादे भाई ए भव तोरिया जा। कृष्ण प्राप्ति हो जहाँ होते होइते गुरुमुख पद्मा वाक्य चित्ते कोरिया ऐक्या आरना कोरी हो मने आशा आरना कोरी हो मने आशा श्री गुरु चरणे रति ऐसे उत्तम गति जे प्रसादे पूरे सर्व आशा जे प्रसादे पूरे सर्व आशा चक्षुदान दिलो जे जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से चक्षुदान दिलो जे जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशितो दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशितो प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाश जाते प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाश जाते वेद गाय जहाँ चरितो वेद गाय जहाँ चरितो श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधम जनार बंधु श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधम जनार बंधु लोकनाथ लोकेर जीवन लोकनाथ लोकेर जीवन हाँ हाँ प्रभु करो दया देहो मोरे पद छाया हाँ हाँ प्रभु करो दया देहो मोरे पद छाया ए बेजास घुषुक त्रिभुवन ए बेजास घुषुक त्रिभुवन हाँ हाँ पद छाया। हाँ हाँ प्रभु करो दया, देह मोरे पद छाया। ए बेजास गुशुक त्रिभुवना, श्रीला प्रभुपाद पतित पावना। श्रीला प्रभुपाद लोइलो शरणा। जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा, श्रीला प्रभुपदा। प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद, जय जय प्रभुपाद। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले, श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे, निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा, श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा।
चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा, श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra ki jai. Oh, sorry. Ki badeo daya gora chande. Arati Kasoba Ki Bajaya Daya Muratane Arati Kasoba Jnana-vitatavane Jagamanadava Jnana-vitatavane Jagamanadava Jake Nitai Chan Mama Gadadada Jake Nitai Chan Mama Gadadada Ikate Advaita Sini Vasachatadara Ikate Advaita Sini Vasachatadara Vase Achenguratan Anna Simmasanye Vase Achenguratan Radna Simmasanye Arati Korina Brahma Adi Devagane Arati kore na Brahma Adi Deva Gane. Naradi Adhikari Chamaradulaya Naradi Adhikari Chamaradulaya Sandayamukundavasu Usaya Digaya Sandayamukundavasu Usaya Digaya Sankha Bhaje Gantha Bhaje Bhaje Karatala Sankha Bhaje Gantha Bhaje Bhaje Karatala Madhura Mridanga Bhaje Paramarasala Madhura Mridanga Bhaje Paramarasala Shankha Bhaje Gantha Bhaje Madhu 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 Bhaje 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 Madhu 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 Bhaje Madhu 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 Bhaje Madhu 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 Bhaje Haribo Haribo Handibo Nityaga Handibo Nitya Gaura Haribo 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 Nitya Gaur Haribo Bahu Kati Chandra Jini Vadana Yuchala Bahu Kati Chandra Jini Vadana Yuchala Nala Dese Vannamala Kurajalamala Nala Dese Vannamala Kurajalamala Shiva Shiva Sukhanarada Hime Gada Gada Shiva Shiva Sukhanarada Hime Gada Gada Bhakti Vinoda Deke Gaura Sambhara Vibhatayo Jaya Gaura Tande Haratika Subha Vibhatayo Jaya Uratande Haratika Sobha Ajana Peta Tavane Jagamannaroba Jana Vita Tavane Yagamannaroba Gaurange Arutte Soba Yagarana Manarava Gaurange Arutte Soba Yagarana Manarava Gaurange Arutte Soba Jagadada Manarava Jagadana Manarava Jagadana Manarava Haribo, 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 Nitya Gaur Haribo. Nitya Gaur Haribo, Haribo, Nitya Gaura Haribo. Nitya Gaura Haribo, 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 Nitya Gaura Haribo. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo. Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai, Shri Shri Radha Samadunda ki jai, Shri Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra ki jai. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajikachaya Stotra Satya Sri Srimad Abhay Charanaravindra Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. ISKCON Samstapakarchaya Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnavavinda ki jai. Prem si kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Dvaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda ki jai. Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan ki jai. Sri Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Sri Damayapur ki jai. Sri Jagannath Puri Dham ki jai. Gangamai Munamai ki jai. Samaveta Bhaktavinda ki jai. Harinam Sankirtan Yakya ki jai. All glories to the Assembled devotees. All glories to the Assembled devotees. All glories to the Assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Prahlada Radadayine Hiranyakasipurvaksaha Hiranyakasipurvaksaha Shilatankana kalane Ito nisingo parato nisingo Ito nisingo parato nisingo Ito nisingo parato nisingo Yato yato yami tato nisingo Bahe nisingo ine nisingo Bahe nisingo ine nisingo Nasingamadin saranam papade Narasingamadin saranam papade Tava kala kamala varena kama dutta singa Dalita irana kasipu Tana benga Kesavadita narani rupa Jajangadi sade Jajangadi sade Jajangadi sade Tava kala kamala varena kama buddha singa Dalita irana kasipu Tana benga Kesavadita narade rupa Jajagade sahare Jai Jagadisa Re Jai Jagadisa Re Kesavadita naradi rupa Jai Jagadisa Hare Jai Jagadish Hare, Jai Jagadish Hare. Jaya Nrsingadev, 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 Jaya Nrsingadev. Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Jaya Prahlad Nrsinga, Prahlad Nrsinga, Prahlad Nrsinga, Jaya Prahlad Nrsinga. Bhakti Vigna Vinasana Singre Bhagavan ki jai, Prahlad Maharaj ki jai, Anant Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for coming to this Sunday Feast program. Everybody can come forward. Please, everybody come forward. We humbly request you, if your cell phones are on, you can put it in the vibrate mode or shut it off. Children, if they are playing or making noise, they can go on the other side. There's another hall out there, community hall. Okay. So we are very fortunate to have His Holiness Kadamakarana Maharaj amidst us. So let's welcome him with a loud Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. We had an enlivening kirtan and now we'll have a wonderful class. Maharaj. Okay. For this one, or this is also one.
Yeah, it's okay. Can be close, no problem. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Yasoda Nandana Brajanana Ranjana. Yasoda Nandana Brajanana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Dayarada Madhava Kunja Bihari. Dayarada Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Yasoda Nandana Brajanana Ranjana. Yasoda Nandana Brajanana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Harinam Sankirtan Yagya ki jai, Ananta Kori Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Shri Shri Radha Shamasundar ki jai, Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. All glories to the Asama devotees, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Reading from the Bhagavad Gita as it is, from the 6th chapter, entitled Jnana Yoga, text number 26. Yato yato nischalate manas chanchalamasstiram tatas tato niyamyetat admanyeva vasham nayed. Yato yato nischalate manas chanchalamasstiram tatas tato niyamyetad admanyeva vasham nayed. Yato yato nischalate manas chanchalamasstiram tatas tato niyamyetad admanyeva vasham nayed. Yata yata, wherever nischalati becomes verily agitated, manaha, the mind, chanchalam, flickering, astiram, unsteady, tata tata, from there, niyamya, regulating, etat, this, atmani, in the self, eva, certainly, vasham, control, nayat, must bring under. From wherever the mind wanders due to its flickering and unsteady nature, one must certainly withdraw it and bring it back under the control of the self. Purport. The nature of the mind is flickering and unsteady. But a self-realized yogi has to control the mind. The mind should not control him. He who controls the mind, and therefore the senses as well, is called Goswami or Swami. And one who is controlled by the mind is called Godas, or the servant of the senses. Goswami knows the standard of sense happiness. In transcendental sense happiness, the senses are engaged in the service of Rishikesh, or the supreme owner of the senses, Krishna. Serving Krishna with purified senses is called Krishna consciousness. That is the way of bringing the senses under control. What is more, that is the highest perfection of yoga practice. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnanandana Salakya Shakshurin Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So the mind is described as chanchalam, or described as restless. But the mind is simply under the control of the senses, and it is therefore that it is restless. When the mind is no longer focused on the senses, then the mind will become peaceful. Originally, it is said that functions of thinking, feeling and willing are functions of the soul. But when the soul becomes embodied and enters into the material body, the soul enters into a dormant state. Then the sleeping soul lends its energy to the mind, to the body, and the mind steals the functions of the soul, which are thinking, feeling and willing. So at that stage, thinking and feeling and willing are functions of the mind. And that is what the mind is doing. And all the functions of the mind are related to the material energy. So, and the mind then preoccupies itself with sankalpa and vikalpa, accepting and rejecting. And so, our thinking, feeling and willing is simply in these two categories. Oh, looks good, I want it. Thinking, looks good. Feeling, yes. And then wanting, I want it. So in this way, we either want or we don't want. And we spend all our time, nice, not nice, wanting, accepting, rejecting constantly. That is the material occupation. Endlessly looking at different things, accepting, rejecting. Do I want it or not? And this preoccupies us, and so many things we do want, and for so many things we work to get them. So many things we need to get, and then so many things we try to avoid. I don't want this, I don't want that. How do I avoid this? How do I avoid that? And that is the basic restless lifestyle, because endless variations of things and situations come at us all the time. This morning, suddenly a little snow. Is winter really coming now? Snow. My God. Snow. Where are my snow boots? Snow. Oh my God. Skiing. Snow. I mean, what can you do with snow? You know, like snow. 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 Yes. So the mind can desire. The mind can become agitated by so many things. But if we become Krishna conscious, then we begin to focus on Krishna, and we begin to see that all our happiness is with Krishna. It all depends on our faith. It is said by nature, the living being is anandamaya bhyasat, pleasure seeking. So where we think that pleasure will be found, that's where our energy will go. If you think it's money, oh yes, then the energy goes towards money. If you think it's beautiful ladies, then it will be beautiful ladies, or handsome man, princess. Whatever we think where the happiness lies, that's where our energy will go. But of course, only when we are focusing on Krishna, and only when we realize that our happiness is with Krishna, will we actually find it. And otherwise, we think my happiness will be with money, but then we get frustrated, and then we start looking somewhere else. We think my happiness is with sex, but no, it's not really, then we start looking somewhere else. I think my happiness is with power, but it's not there either. And one can look around again and again for different types of happiness, and one will not be peaceful. More and more is required. Therefore, this tendency is of the never-ending search for happiness, and it can come in someone being a collector. Some people, they are compulsive collectors, and they have to just collect. And the whole house just fills up with endless things. There's no more space. Boxes are stacked on boxes. And the whole house fills up, right? Other people, they become compulsive clickers, and they go on the internet and they can't stop clicking. And after every click, there's a next click. And they keep on clicking, and there are cases where the ambulance had to come and sort of take them away, and still clicking. So, to the extreme. But all of us, although we may not be ready for the ambulance, still all of us are somehow or other influenced by excessive desires in the material world, which will be frustrated. Kamadinam kotida pulita duni desam tesam jatemayina karunana tapatraya. It is said these senses, they are merciless. They will just keep on demanding, and it is never enough. If you work for a boss, and this boss is never satisfied, you do the best you can, and the boss will say, "Is that all? Is that all?" And and you gave it your everything, and all you get is that all? What will you tell such a boss? After a while, at least, one day you're going to tell him something like, "Well, tell you what, boss, why don't you just jump in the lake or something?" Or there are other expressions which I will not use on the Vyasa-san. But, you can understand more or less. No one would work for such a boss. But the senses are exactly like that. And we will work for them. Oh yes. Oh yes, again and again. Never satisfied, no matter what we bring, no matter how much we work, still pushing for more. So this sums up the restlessness. But because underneath it all, there is a hankering for happiness. And happiness will be found with Krishna. Therefore, when we turn to Krishna, this restlessness disappears. And therefore, one becomes focused. And one becomes detached. Detached from so many things. No need to have all these things. What's the point? One learns to minimize his needs, right? Better, said, it's higher to live simple than to live in great comfort, because the great comfort has a price to pay. It takes a lot of energy to get great comfort. So you get the great comfort, but then you have to work very hard. Whereas if we learn to minimize our needs, then life is more simple. So Vedic culture was a culture where one who minimized his needs was highly esteemed. Nowadays, when you're filthy rich, then everyone is like, yes, oh yes, you are very handsome, you are very intelligent, wonderful, funny, learned, whatever you are everything, because you are filthy rich. That's modern times, but in the Vedic culture, the one who could live with less was considered more exalted. That culture prevailed for a very long time in India. Therefore, even the rich used to be simple. I remember that a whole family would come to Vrindavan, and if there was no room, they would just get one dari on the floor and they would adjust, right? 20 people in one room, yes? Nowadays it's not like that. Now there has to be attached bath and so many things. I mean, you know, huh? The times have changed because the culture has changed, because the modern influence came in, and with it all the necessities. Whereas previous, there was a different culture, a culture of simplicity. So that culture of simplicity had its roots in spiritual culture, where spiritual life is before material life, where that is the priority, and material life follows spiritual life. Whatever is required to sustain spiritual life, obviously, like some heat in this weather, I see lots of jackets, that's all good, right? But then you have so many varieties of jackets, you know, you can get a $100 jacket, you have a $500 jacket, a $1,000 jacket, or a $5,000 jacket, or a $10,000 jacket. It's all available in this city. You can get whatever you like. And in the end of the day, what do we need? So, we focus on Krishna. We need Krishna. And most of our energy goes to devotional service. And whatever we interact with the material energy for ourselves, that we keep simple to the point that it provides sustenance of body, peace of mind, but the least distraction also. You know? The more you have, the more energy it takes to maintain. So, therefore, that level of simplicity, so that we are free for Krishna. I'll give you an example to illustrate it, because I know when you explain it like this, in philosophical terms, it sounds a little dry. So once upon a time, I was the temple president in Vrindavan, and Srila Prabhupada had made a system that the president should sign on every check. Now, it was a rather large establishment. There were lots of checks, so many departments. So the whole day I was signing checks and signing checks and signing checks. Sometimes I was taking a shower and someone would knock on the door, "Can you sign this check?" And I go, "My hand is wet." I go, "We have a towel." And somehow or other, sign the check. Now, being temple president of Vrindavan has its advantages, and one is that you can sometimes sneak out and go to Govardhan Hill, which I then would do sometimes. So I'd sneak out and go to Govardhan Hill and walk around Govardhan Hill. But even there, people would catch me for checks, you know. It was just too much. So one day I decided, today I'm going to walk in the fields, you know, and no one will find me here, for sure. So I was walking in the fields, and then I came across this farmer. And this farmer was saying, "Oh, this is my field, and the crop is very, very nice. Very nice." And he sort of was very proud of it, almost like a child, you know. "Oh, very nice." So I also said, "Oh yes, it is very nice." And then he said, "Yes, I come here every day." And again, like a child, you know. So I'm saying, "Oh, you come here every day. So nice." And then he says, "Yes, it is very nice." And I said, "Oh, yes." He said, "I come here every day, 1 hour." I said, "Oh, you're coming here every day, 1 hour?" And then he says, "Yes." And then I go home, and then I do puja. And I was thinking, he's not so childish. He works 1 hour a day, and the rest of the day he does puja. I said, and me, I'm signing checks all day. And I never have a moment, you know. And he probably has like a tiny house, you know. I mean, nothing much, right? One room and a kitchen and another small room maybe. Probably has 7 children as well. And they all help in the puja. So they grow up with puja as well. Yes. I think this guy has it figured out. Right? He's got a better life than I have. You know, I'm serving for Krishna, but I'm in this big establishment. It's huge, right? Big ashram and signing all these checks all day. I think you're better off, you know, just being a simple farmer, having some crop somewhere, and you go 1 hour a day. Only during the harvest you have to work, and during planting season. In between, nothing much going on. You go on your cycle, good for health, every day. Check it out. Yes, all good. Go back home and start your puja. So it's simple. So we have made life very artificial. And of course, we can't escape it. But that artificial life is interfering with our spiritual life. It takes us away from chanting. Just calculate. If you have to spend about 12 hours, 11 hours with work, going to work and coming back from work and lunch break and everything, 12 hours. Half your day is gone. Then you sleep so many hours, and then, okay, eating, bathing and all those things, how much time is left? Then you have to chant 16 rounds, 2 hours. Is it surprising that some people sneak in some rounds in the car? Yeah, when life is when there's so little time. And then you come, I used to be in the Grihastha ashram 24 years, so I have my personal experience. I used to come home after a whole day work, and then my wife, she wanted to know, what have you done all day? And she wants me to tell everything I've done all day. Because she felt, if you don't share with me what you're experiencing, then I don't feel I'm really part of your life. I said, yeah, that's very nice, but you make me work twice. You know, that's already like, you know, it's too much. You know, I come home to forget work, and then, you know, and you want to know everything I've done all day. Right? So, in this way, time flies. So little time is there. So, look at that farmer. His life was much more favorable for spiritual life. Anyway, not that we can necessarily become a farmer like that, but still, it's something to keep in mind. And even where we are now, we can keep life more simple. You can borrow and borrow from the bank, right? And then borrow a little more, and then borrow something on top. And then you'll be sweating and sweating to pay it all off for many, many years. And that can be your life. And you'll have the biggest house in the street and a really nice car. You'll have everything. Everyone will be very impressed. Oh, he's a big man. But he's really a man with a big, big loan, right? And a big headache. That is the real truth. So in this way, we can walk into so many material traps, and these traps will only increase the restlessness. So we can simplify our life by live with what comes natural, not take too many big loans and so on, so that the pressure is less. I say, well, if I'm not destined to be a billionaire, what can I do? You know, then I'll just try and have it's not important for a devotee. For a devotee, what is important? Let me have a decent life. Let me have an honest life. Let me avoid sinful activities in my profession. So that I will not get entangled in all kinds of unwanted karma. And for the rest, let me chant Hare Krishna. Let me offer what I eat. And just do some service to the Lord. That is the essence of life. And that is our real wealth. Daivi Sampat, spiritual wealth. And as that spiritual wealth is there, more and more, less and less we will desire. Less and less we will require. More and more Krishna will come to the foreground. I mean, what's the meaning of so many things? Sporting, playing, so many things people do. I was looking at a website, Meetup, right? And it's about different groups that meet up. So I was looking at Kirtan and Krishna and what kind of groups there are that meet over with Kirtan and that meet with spiritual things. But while I was looking on the site, I also saw the surfboard club is meeting. So many different groups are meeting, right? Youth of New Jersey meeting. Only 3 people clicked interested in the group. Sorry, that was not so. The youth of New Jersey was not so much into it. Whatever it is. But so many people meet for so many things, right? And they're useless things, waste of time. So we don't have to do all these things anymore. We just have our spiritual life, and it fulfills all our needs. And within it, there is so much, because everything can be expressed for Krishna. It's not that Krishna consciousness means to narrow things down. Yes, when we are looking at the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, then the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu describes, let me explain how it is made up. The opening verse is Akila Rasamrita Murti. So the Akila Rasamrita Murti is basically explaining how Krishna has loving relationship with a great variety of devotees. So this is describing the spiritual world. There in the spiritual world, all the devotees are in different rasas with Krishna. Then it describes Anyabilasita Sunyam. It says you must be free from all other desires if you want to attain that. Right? Otherwise, so you need pure devotional service to attain that. Then it describes the result of pure devotional service. It says, Klezakni, it destroys all suffering. It is Subhada, it makes everything auspicious. It is Sudurlabha, rarely attained. Mokshala Gutta Krit, it makes the benefit you get from moksha look very light. Or insignificant is another word. Then Sandrananda Visheshatma, it gets more and more dense. Yes. In the beginning, little service here, little service there. In the beginning, little taste here, little taste there. But after some time, it gets more and more dense. Yes. Service, constant service, deep taste. And then Sri Krishna Akarsani. As devotional service gets more dense, it begins to attract Krishna. Okay, so this is the beginning of the nectar of devotion, describing pure devotion, describing the goal, spiritual world, pure devotion, the condition for attaining the spiritual world, what you get from pure devotional service, that you can attract Krishna. Then it goes from chapter 6 to 14 into how to cultivate pure devotional service. And then it says there are 64 aspects of bhakti that all cultivate pure devotional service. And then you study those, and then if you look at them, you see that all these are engaging the senses in the service of Krishna. So it's all about how to engage the senses in the service of Krishna. All right, so and then if we basically perform these activities, then gradually we will develop spontaneous service. First, we do it according to rules and regulations. So in the process of these rules and regulations, there is pravritim cha and nivritim cha. Pravritim cha means favorable injunctions, things that help to cultivate our attraction to Krishna, and prohibitions. Also at the initiation, we are doing like that. We'll ask 16 rounds and 4 regulator principles. The positive and the prohibitions, both side by side. So these things are there, side by side. And yes, so, but the essence is not on the prohibition. The essence is not on this is not allowed, that is not allowed. If we make spiritual life, if we make the essence, the rules and regulations, then we are misunderstanding. We are not the International Society for Rules and Regulations. We are the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And the rules and regulations are supporting that, but they're not in the foreground. So ultimately, it is about serving Krishna, becoming attracted to Krishna, doing something for Krishna, and then there's a particular way Krishna likes it. So as we learn how Krishna likes it, then, and that becomes our focus, then automatically we will follow these rules and regulations. Automatically. Like Prabhupada said, if Krishna would have said, give me flesh, then Prabhupada opened his eyes wide and said, then we would kill all the animals. I think at that moment all the animals felt something, a little uneasy for a moment. It looked, suddenly Prabhupada went in this mood as if like, yes, we would kill all the animals. And he was like, it sounded heavy. But Krishna says, Patram pushpam phalam tuyam. He says, give me fruit, flower, leaves, some water, and so on. So we will not kill the animals. Simple. So if one is focused on Krishna and on pleasing Krishna, then you don't have to think, I'm not allowed to eat meat because it is not good to eat meat, because when we eat meat we are killing and this is not good, we get bad karma, so therefore I don't eat meat. See? Now you need a lot of logic and a lot of rules and regulations and philosophy to understand, but if simply our aim is to please Krishna, and he says, Patram pushpam phalam tuyam, solved. No more need for all these other things. Krishna doesn't like it. Oh, then it's out. Only what Krishna likes. So this is Krishna consciousness. Only what Krishna likes is of interest to us. Because Krishna is of interest to us. And if Krishna doesn't like it, it's no interest. Because anything that Krishna doesn't like is not going to lead to anything. It's not going to attract him. And if it's not going to attract him, then life will be empty. A life without anything with Krishna is empty. It's just empty. Then you'll be unfulfilled desire and empty. So in this way, Rishikena Rishikesa Sevanam Bhakti Uchate, you simply try to please Krishna. And then, yes, then happiness will follow. Very simple. This is not... so Krishna consciousness is very simple. And Prabhupada said, he said, Krishna consciousness is so simple, you might just miss it. And it's a very nice statement, because it can't be that simple. It is very simple. Simply, whatever is pleasing to Krishna, that's all. That's all that can give us our happiness and nothing else. And it's just faith that's in between. We don't have that faith. We think, yeah, of course, devotional service is good. Yes, devotional service, I mean, it's important, and it's definitely important you do something for Krishna. But I'm still young. No. I'm only 98. I'm still young. And, you know, I mean, come on, you're young and you just want to do a few things as well. So I'll serve Krishna, but I'll only do a few things as well. I'm still young. See, no. I have a friend of mine here in America who joined Krishna consciousness in 1967. So it was very early. Prabhupada started his movement in 1966 and he came in 67. So he's one of the very early devotees. Now his story is interesting because the story was that he was just not satisfied with life. He wanted more meaning in life. So one day he had gone out of the city and he was sitting out in nature on a hill and he was just thinking, there must be more. It cannot just be that life is just about making money and so on and all the things of this world. There must be more. Then he had a vision. And in the sky he saw a gate appear. A big gate. The gate opened and an elderly saintly personality was sitting there and said, yes, you can come. You can come. And he said, oh, no, but I'm still young. I'm still young. And then the elder sage said, oh, no problem. Then you can wait. And then the doors closed. So then he was shocked, you know. He's like, what did I do? I mean, I got the chance and I let it go. So he went home, and in due course of time, winter came. And as winter came, it started snowing and snowing. And then that night, he had a dream. And in the dream, he was flying in the sky. And then he was flying above a city. And he saw this city on hills from the sky. And then the voice said, go to San Francisco. Yeah, 67, you know. Go to San Francisco, the voice said. And he woke up and he thought, this time I'm not going to miss it. I'm just going to go. And he went out of the house in the middle of the night, put on a coat, left a note for his parents, have gone to San Francisco, and was on the road. It was snowing outside. He's in the snow, standing in the night at the side of the road. A car came, driving. He started hitchhiking. The car stopped. Car asked, where do you want to go? He says, to San Francisco. The driver said, I'm going there. You know, I mean, I don't know how many thousands of kilometers it was, but thousands or miles, you know, it's miles here, thousands of miles. So a huge distance, and he got in the car, and the car just brought him to San Francisco. So he was sure a miracle was going to happen. But no miracle happened, nothing. So he was in San Francisco, and he was young. He bought himself a motorbike, and then he got a job in a courier service, delivering parcels here and there. You know these guys driving around like crazy young kids. So it wasn't surprising that one day he had an accident. Right? It wasn't so serious, but he injured his leg, and the police took the bike to a police station. So he was... his leg was still injured, but it was getting better. So he couldn't work. So he was off work, and he was sitting in San Francisco in the Golden Gate Park. And sitting on a park bench, and then suddenly he heard this noise. Ching, ching, boom, ching, ching, boom, ching, ching, boom, Hare Krishna. You know, he heard the chanting of Hare Krishna. And what happened was, Rath Yatra came by. And he sees Rath Yatra, and then he saw on the chariot, he saw the elderly gentleman who he had seen in a gate in the sky. And it was Prabhupada. And that chariot just went past. But because he couldn't walk, he couldn't keep up with them. So they just disappeared. So again, they disappeared. Again, he missed them. Anyway, about 2 weeks later, his leg was better now. He went to the police station to pick up his motorbike. So it was some place, and he went to that address. And as he was there, he had also brought a sleeping bag. He wanted to drop it off at a dry cleaner. So he was there in the motorcycle place, and then he heard this noise through the wall. Ching, ching, boom, ching, ching, boom, and so on. So he went to check it, and he walked into the temple. And the devotee said, "Ah, you've brought your sleeping bag. You want to stay? Oh, welcome." And that was it. That's how he became a devotee. So what can we say, you know? Undoubtedly, we come to spiritual life due to mercy. For some it may be a vision, for others it may be just a devotee. But it comes in our life as a gift. It doesn't come because of our own qualification. It appears by some external mercy, some arrangement. Maybe someone at work brings some Mahaprasadam, and you know. In Israel, the devotees opened a restaurant undercover, and the waiters were hired. And at one point, one of the waiters said, "I'm not going to eat this food anymore." I said, "Why not? You don't like it?" He says, "No, that's not it." He says, "I'm losing interest in sex. There's something wrong with this." It worked. Although he didn't know. So, unknowingly, it will still work. So in the beginning, we're getting some mercy, and then it comes. And after that, it depends on us, on how much we take advantage of that mercy, and how serious we become about cultivation of pure devotional service. And the mind will continue to be restless, and we will struggle. But if we are serious, then these material things will become less and less significant, and they'll become smaller, and we'll become more attracted to Krishna. And Krishna will become the priority in our life. Then our devotional service will become more dense, and then as a result, our service begins to more and more attract Krishna. And therefore, we get mercy from Krishna more and more. And as we attract Krishna more and more, we'll get more gifts from Krishna, and we'll become more and more transcendental. And that is Krishna consciousness. And in this way, the restlessness of the mind can be overcome. So now I'll let you think for a moment, and I'll see if you have any questions. And yeah, I see your hand. But I can't hear you because you're very far away. Srila Prabhupada explained that all religions, that the essence of all religion is to develop love of God. And in Islam, a lot of emphasis is there on rules and regulations, and they're extremely strict about it, and there's a lot of force in Islamic society, right? I mean, they all force each other, very much so. And it's very, so generally speaking, it's more on following rules and less on love. But then the Sufis, it is actually said that in the Middle Ages, Hare Krishna. In the Middle Ages, Catholic Christians who were going to the Middle East, and they were mystics. They were aiming to develop love of God. Up to that point, Muslims they didn't have monks or renunciants in Islam. It was all about getting married and more than one wife and so on. Even the Prophet and so on. So they didn't have much of renunciants. But the only renunciants that were there were fakirs. And fakirs were basically into just giving up things. But when these fakirs met these Carmelite monks, they became mystics. And that was where the Sufis began. And then you have like Sufis like Rumi, who looks for, God and love of God and all that. So then in the Sufis, there was one lady, she was a peer, a self-realized personality from Basra, she was. And this lady, she was known to be a great saintly personality. So one day she comes out of the house carrying two buckets, a bucket of fire and a bucket of water. So people said, hey, what are you going to do with these buckets? You're carrying a bucket of fire and a bucket of water. She said, with this bucket of water, I'm going to put out the fire of hell. They said, oh, that is very good. And then said, and what you're going to do with the bucket of fire? She said, with the bucket of fire, I'm going to burn heaven. She said, what? They said, what? You're going to burn heaven? She said, yes, yes, yes. He said, oh, why? He said, because everyone is religious only for two reasons. One is to avoid hell, and the other one is to enjoy heaven. But the real purpose of religion is to develop love of God. So she understood. So we see that in other religions sometimes there is that understanding, and that there are people who are very seriously practicing. Still, they may not fully understand what love of God really is. It is not so refined, the understanding of love of God, as in Krishna consciousness. But they can also develop a sense of love of God. A beginning. Yeah, like this. Same with some Christians. There is a famous book written by Dante, The Divine Comedy. And it's a very, very famous book. And what Dante describes, he describes the hells and he describes the heavens. And when he describes the heavens, first he describes different heavens which are various planets, like the moon, he says, like the sun. He says these are all heavens. He's right. So he had it all right in these things. And then he comes to the final, what he calls paradise, the spiritual world where life is eternal. And he said, and there he described that in the center there is a rose and it has different rings. And we say there's a lotus and it has different rings, very similar. He said, but then he said, but what is in the center of the lotus, that he could not see. He said he could only see a great effulgence coming from the center. We know what's in the center. That's where is Golok. That is where there's Krishna performing his eternal pastimes with his eternal associates. That we know. So we see they can come close, but they may miss the very essence of the more refined understanding of love of God. But they can have a general understanding of love of God. ऐसा तो है. और कुछ? Yes, sir.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, how can we decipher whether the message coming from the universe is not concocted by your false ego, and it's really a true message from the divine?
Evam parampara praptam imam rajasya vidusa karne amata yoga nasta parampara. This transcendental knowledge comes down from in parampara. And it came from, like the Gita, 140 million years ago was revealed to Manu by the sun god. And subsequently, he revealed it to his son. So in this way, this knowledge came into human society. So the knowledge comes into the universe through different agents. We know that in the beginning, Brahmaji finds himself in a dark universe seated on a lotus. He does not know the source of his existence nor the purpose of his existence. But he meditates. Finally some sound comes, 2 syllables, ta-pa. He hears it clearly, tapa. Then he performs tapas, and by performing this tapas, he gets all realization. And then the Vedas manifest from his mouth. And in this way, the Vedas come into this universe. And in the higher universe, in the higher regions of the universe, this knowledge is disseminated. There are the Saptarisis, they are residing in planets in the higher regions of the universe, and they are disseminating transcendental knowledge. It comes down to the Prajapatis, and there we find the Manus. And the Manus, as we know, write Manu Samhita, the law book of mankind. Up to 1959, Indian system of law was based on Manu Samhita. Only in 1959, after the British had left, India adopted British law. Interesting. British were already gone for 12 years, and then they took British law. Yes. Anyway, so in the regions below, the regions of the Prajapatis, there we find Swarg. Then in the lower regions of Swarg, we find the residence of the Kinnaras. It is as these Kinnaras are beings with wings, and as they fly, their wings are producing the sound of the Samaveda. So in the higher regions of the universe, the Vedas can always be heard. In these regions, only sometimes. So here we are in the middle section of the universe. Here life is quite short. Up in the higher region, life is so much longer. One day of the Devatas is the same as 6 months of our time. And they live 10,000 years of their time. So they live a very long life compared to us. Their availability to scripture and mantra is much greater than what we have. Yes? But anyhow, whatever we have here, we still have some Vedic knowledge. Now Kali Yug chal raha hai. Now it is the age of Kali. So now Vedic knowledge is almost destroyed. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes that at his time, only 6% of the Vedic literature was still available. That was at his time. Now it is less. So, Vedic literature is now also getting lost. And Bollywood will do the rest. And so on. So, what we hear from the universe, I'm not sure what we're hearing from the universe. But if we are hearing from the universe without hearing it in the line from Lord Brahma, that means through parampara, then surely what we'll hear from the universe will be mixed up with some confusion. It's inevitable, because there is a lot of ignorance here in this realm. Therefore, we hear through acharyas, because they are the pure vaya media. If we try to hear direct, we will catch something, and we'll catch something wrong also. Because it is said, just as there are many stars in the sky, he said in the rainy season, the sky becomes covered by clouds. And at night, because of the humidity, there are many fireflies. And they look just like stars. But they are not stars, and you cannot see the real stars. So in this age, there are so many gurus, and they are like the fireflies. The real ones you cannot see, because they're covered by the cloud of Kali Yuga. So you see all the false ones, and this one will say, I'm God, and that one will say, and this one will say, you are God, and that one will say, God has no form, and this one will say, God is this and God is that. And at the end of the day, it gets confusing and contradictory. And how will we know what is true and what is not true? Then we are going with our own meditation and we get our feelings. And how do we know that it is coming, but it is transcendental knowledge, or that it is simply coming from our mind and that it is imagination? How do we know? Simply, evam parampara praptam iram, by going through the bona fide parampara. From one guru to the next must be a chain and must be connected, going back straight to Brahma, to Krishna. And therefore, we have faith in Srila Prabhupada, because he comes in the Brahma Madhava Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. He comes straight in the line of Lord Brahma, straight in the line of Krishna. And therefore, we can trust whatever we hear from him about all the higher regions within the universe and beyond the universe, that it is all true. Then we can be sure. Like that. That's why we put our faith in Srila Prabhupada. And then we see that not only is he teaching, but he also shows it, that he fully realizes. He teaches about love of God, and then he shows the symptoms of love of God. In this way, very convincing. Not only teaching words, but teaching by example. That is Guru. And then one can be sure. And coming in a line of disciplic succession. That's our guarantee. Just like, this sweater is made of wool, right? No acrylics. And how do I know? Because it says on the label, there's a wool mark inside, right? You got to read the label. If you just buy anything, then it may be adulterated, no? If you go in the market, you buy anything, then you know it's cut with something. Whether you are in India or in America, same thing. I bought this water, and it said very high pH, very good, this, that. And then you read the fine letters, and it says, this water is treated by our special chemical process, and it uses water from all sources. Which means the tap, right? So you just thought you bought mineral water, but they just basically cheated with the packing. That's America. They cheat you with nice packing. In India, they cheat you just with sweet words, No, no, yes, definitely. Yes, yes, it is number one. It is best quality. Absolutely. No, 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 no. Very good. Yes, 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 yes. Definitely. Yes. Is it pure? Oh, sir. This is so pure. You cannot find anything pure like this. Actually, my great-grandfather, he personally began this, the bottling of this water. Because it was in his ancestral area. Yes. So my family, they know the original land where this water comes from. Best water. Yes. Best. Total rubbish, we know that. But anyway, so in spiritual life it's the same. If we want to know the truth, we have to check. We have to check the credentials. Is there parampara? No parampara? No, 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 no. Then it is adulterated. You have to check. Is there realization? No realization? Oh, then it's not complete. No, 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 no. Must be realization. Like that. Anyone else? Then we'll just carry on with some kirtan. Huh? Or announcements and then kirtan. Okay, okay. Please.
So let's thank His Holiness Kadambakara Maharaj with a loud Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. In our humble prayers that he come again to the center. Everybody please be seated.
2 minutes, बैठिए आराम से नहीं.
Yeah. Maharaj gave a wonderful class about how to control the mind. So my humble request is we follow that. While listening lecture, I have been hearing a lot of sound. So if our mind gets agitated to speak something, if we cannot tolerate it, we can go outside the door and speak something. Yeah, and then come back. Otherwise it creates like everything is silent and then there is some sound coming from some area. Right. Okay. Today's Sunday feast is sponsored by few families. Monish Kingar Prabhu and Bhavika Mataji for their daughter Naumika's birthday. Is he here? Monish Kingar Prabhu. And then Jyosna Prajapati for the father Gangaram Prajapati and daughter Stuti Prajapati. Are they also here? Jyosna Prajapati. Okay.
That looks good.
Okay. One by one. Okay. Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna to dear Naumika. Hare Krishna to you. May you never take birth again. May you never take birth again. May you never take birth again and go back to God. Oh. Thank you very much. You have other garland?
Come.
Oh.
Very nice. Happy birthday.
On her birthday, she came for Mangala Arati. Our Mangala Arati Acharya Prabhu testified that they both came for Mangala Arati. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Now we have Gangaram Prabhu and Stuti. Both can cut. Yeah. Please, please. Hare Krishna to you, Hare Krishna to you, Hare Krishna to Stuti and Gangaram Prabhu, Hare Krishna to you. May you never take birth again, may you never take birth again. May you never take birth again and go back to Godhead.